score! It's the red, white, and blue versus the black and the orange. That's right. It is the second quarterfinals matchup. This time it is the North York Rangers against the Don Mills Flyers. I'm Sammy Brzezowski. Once again, for the quarterfinals, I will be joined by 6 hockey members from way upstairs. This time it is Simon Hendricks.
I actually live here in the studio way upstairs. It's almost like a 30-second walk from here.
Yeah, we've seen all the highlight shows and the quiz, and if you haven't, check them out because they are thrilling. And Simon certainly does live here. And you know what we live for? Some playoff hockey. So let's get right to it. For the North York Rangers, it'll be Brady Nolan getting the start. Number 50 has looked solid all season, and we'll see if he knolls best. For the Don Mills Flyers, it'll be KK, Kyle Kowalski, getting the start in between the pipes, facing off against a favorited North York Rangers team. Now, Simon, before we get into what these teams need to do, what this series is going to pan out to, let's talk about some of the players because I don't know about you, but maybe we don't know about the players. We've watched these guys all season long, but maybe they haven't watched them all season long. So who are some guys you're looking out for?
Yeah, well, unlike our other series that I was lucky enough to be on the panel for, the Junior Canadians versus the Rebels, these two teams I would say are maybe a bit more defensively minded and defensively gifted rather than offensively. So I would say one player you definitely want to watch out for on the Rangers is William Garrett. I would say he's probably their best defender, maybe top 2. But he is just, he's really able to use his D partner to set him up for really high effective shots in the offensive zone. He's able to stay in his own lane in the defensive end and, limit the zone entries and have good, solid breakout passes that are able to set up offense for his team. So William Garrett is definitely a guy to check out for the Rangers.
And I believe for the Don Mills Flyers as well, you also have a guy with quite the name, but also quite the defensive prowess.
Yes, that would be Carter Olin Spielczyk. Now, he is a great two-way defender. Really reminds me of a player like Morgan Riley, who we watch a lot of on the Leafs. More of a passer than a shot creator. He's really able, like William Garrett, to make that great breakout pass to set up his forwards and his D partner to create offense when they're in the offensive zone, and he skates very well. He skates like he's been skating since the second he's been born, and he can really join the rush on the attack if need be. He's just that fast and just that gifted on his edges, and he just really adds that nice extra layer that any team is looking for.
And you know what both of these teams want? A W. Of course they want a W in Game 1. They want to take a 1-0 series lead. And the Rangers, let's start with them. Simon, how will they do that?
Well, simply put, they got to put pucks in the back of the net. We were just talking about how gifted these guys are defensively, but that should not take away from people's perceptions of this team's offense. They have a lot of skilled, talented, fast players that if they're able to put consistent offensive pressure on this Don Mills Flyers team and get pucks past Kyle Kowalski, they should be set for the series. And they also have to be creative, right? They have to be like a painter. They have to play the game finely, accurately. And like I said, be creative. They have a lot of skilled and talented players. Use that to your advantage for a very skilled defensively Don Mills Flyers team. And lastly, Tyler Challenger, probably the best player on this Rangers team. Play through your stars. Make him the player that he needs to be. Find that untapped potential. See if he can get to that extra level that comes in playoffs times. And with all of that, I think they should be able to come together and win the series.
Certainly, Tyler Challenger and Brady Smith, the dynamic duo, the best players on the North York Rangers, one that the Don Mills Flyers, they'll have to look out for, and they'll have to stop if they want to take Game 1. But they'll have to do another couple things as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that the Don Mills Flyers will have to do is fly out of their zone, if you see what I did there. No, again, this team is very good defensively. They have very good composure on the defense and even on the offensive end as well. I think that if they're able to stay calm, maintain a clear head, and again, just have a good composure, make sure you have good, solid breakouts without, having too many turnovers in your defensive end and on your defensive blue lines, that often in these playoff series leads to goals. I think they should be in a good position. And at the same time, just coming off the same vibe, I guess you could say. Protect the front of the net, protect the crease. You really have to know that Kyle Kowalski is maybe a little bit, maybe not the best goalie in the GTHL. So if you're able to protect him, keep shooting lanes clear and easy for him to see, limit rebound chances, they should be able to do just that and that win this game and this series.
Well, we'll see which team can win this game. We'll see who can take that pivotal 1-0 lead momentarily. We jump right into the action here at the Six Hockey. We're at Westwood Arena, the first game of a quarterfinals matchup between the Don Mills Flyers and the North York Rangers. I'm Samuel Brzozowski, joined alongside Blake W.B. Boy Scout Hanlon.
I got chills down my spine because it's postseason hockey right now. The GTHL playoffs are back in action, and this is going to be a great match between the Flyers and Rangers tonight. It's going to really dictate the series because it's always good to get the first game under your belt when you're trying to go on a long run for the playoffs.
Yeah, and Blake, talking about that matchup, tell me more. What can we expect from the North York Rangers and the Don Mills Flyers based on what you've seen so far this season?
The Rangers are a very good team, one of the best teams in the league, that is. They have skill on all top of their lines. They have depth, great goaltending, great defensive pairings, well coached. They are one of the teams to beat in the playoffs. They are projected to go very far in this one. The Flyers, on the other hand, they have their work cut out in front of them. They got some good goaltending of their own. Kowalski is a great goaltender. Cruz Zanunzio is also a great goaltender. But goal scoring's got to come at the hands of like Cunha, Rotter. They have to step up if they want to win the series, let alone win a game.
That's right, and perhaps physicality could play its part in this game and this series, as we already have seen Matthew Rotter, the captain of the Don Mills Flyers, and Charlie Hotley's going up against each other. You mentioned how good Kyle Kowalski is. He'll be getting the start for the Don Mills Flyers. It'll be Noling for the red, white, and blue on the other side. As taking it in now is the Rangers and Jack Simon. He dumps that one into the zone. Di Natale coming around. He tries to get the breakout started over to Nowakowski, but it gets to the stick of Luca Bonomo. Bonomo dumps it into the zone, but the Flyers regain possession. A chance now for the Flyers to get something started. Little 2-on-1 forming here. Cunha with the shot. That's stopped by Noling and sent around the other way. A nice early chance for the Flyers to get their first shot of the series, first shot of the game.
Brady knows best there. An easy pad stop. Get the team a little bit loose now, knowing that their goalie is ready to play.
And that one will be sent down the length of the ice. It will be called for an icing. Blake, how do you think the Flyers can stop the undeniable offensive skill that the Rangers have? Guys like, Bolt G, Lomardi, Challenger, Warren, just to name a few.
Well, I know for a fact their goalies are definitely going to give it all their effort, and they're great goaltenders as well. But it's going to have to come down to defensive positioning and personnel. Have that good chemistry, that is. And just have interconnectedness of when to get the puck out of the zone, when to make that extra pass, and start the breakout as well, because defense then leads to offense, especially in hockey. So it's going to come from the defense if they want to get some stuff going for their team.
As nearly a nasty collision there. It was Nowakowski who went down, but he seemed to be okay. A little bit of 19-on-19 violence. As the Rangers start the rush the other way, Bonomo dumps that one into the zone. Cute little moves from number 39, Owen Barfoot, to get that one deep into the zone. Shot from the point. Hotleys can't get that one through. It's intercepted by the Flyers. Blake, you notice all the tape on everyone's helmet. Is that a playoff tradition?
Oh, yeah. It's always a playoff tradition to wear that. I mean, for a goaltender myself, I didn't really have that. Most of the time, I just dye my hair blonde, but it's definitely a playoff tradition nonetheless.
As Lobo was unable to get that one on net, but it'll keep in the Rangers' possession. Challenger battling behind the net. Lobo getting it over to Challenger. Challenger trying to throw this one back to the point. He circles it back. Puck is on the sideboards now, battling. Digging in. The puck gets over to Simon. Jack Simon, shot, shoots, scores! Jack Simon picks up the first goal of the series. It's 1-0 Rangers.
Simon says, pop the water bottle on that one, and he did. A rip from the point. That's the first goal of the playoffs for the Rangers, and it's a beauty. Really ripped that one from the blue line.
Yeah, the best start you could imagine. Picking up the early goal in the series, picking up the first goal of the playoffs, how important is that in dictating the pace of the game?
Now the game's kind of in your control. You dictate what's going to happen next in this first period and also maybe for the rest of the game. But it's up to the Rangers to continue this momentum going forward, because the Flyers, I mean, sure, they got scored on really early on, but they're going to be juiced. They're juiced up. They want to get this goal. They're going to be hunting.
And how do you respond in that kind of situation? Flyers probably know that they've got their work set out for them, as you mentioned earlier in this broadcast. How do you kind of bounce back after letting the early goal against what is probably the heavy favorites of the series?
Make the next shift your best shift. Really challenge the goaltender. The goaltender for the Rangers or for any team that gets an early goal, they feel a lot of security in front of the net. But if they get peppered to start, they're not going to know. They're going to freeze up, especially if they haven't faced much like how Nolan does in this one.
And they'll attempt to do that, make their next shift their best shift, as we see a battle on the boards, and it's the Flyers who come up with it. They dump that one back into the zone. On the side now are the Flyers, cutting towards the net. Flyers go for an inopportune line change. Guelli was unable to find Trottier down low as the Rangers break it into the zone. The Rangers' shot is stopped by Kyle Karowski. In the bottom of the circle now are the Rangers. Barfoot circling around. He drops that one down low. A battle on the sideboards commences. Cunha gets that one over across. Bringing it in now is the call-up Charlie Murata. You see his number 80 there is quite the special look. See the white tape covering the 88 or 86.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely something he's got to make up change on the fly there. But, hey, he's coming to the biggest moment of the season for this Don Mills Flyers team, and I think he's going to try to rise to the occasion for his elders in front of him.
Yeah, we'll likely see a couple call-ups in this Don Mills Flyers team on the roster that we have listed. Number 88, Caden Kayat. Number 71, Lincoln Edwards. And number 29, Charlie Sullivan. All of them can make their mark in this series. Is bringing it in now is Nievin. Nievin is being battled against the boards by Roman DiBiase, As he keeps it in, it's a 1-on-3 for the Flyers. Nievin really battling, trying to get something started. He sees Noah Kotsky in front. Shot there, doesn't get through. And Nolan already was going to be faced with a shot, but that was blocked in front of the net.
Yeah, Nolan also had to recover really quickly there. Luckily, the Flyers couldn't get a puck on that open rebound or loose puck in front. But definitely Nolan kind of was surprised by the opportunity the Flyers had in front.
Yeah, it was a great forecheck there by Nievin, just kind of get everything started as Matthew Rotter's line is once again out there. Bringing it in now is Challenger. Challenger cutting towards the net. He can't get the shot through. That was good positioning by Karowski to get across. Shot from the point from Garrett is stopped as well, but it's kept in by the Rangers. Another shot from the point, this time from Burley. This time a little bit easier for KK. Right at his chest, he makes the save.
Good job by KK there. He had a Tyler Challenger drive to the net. It looked like John Morant driving up the middle. They're trying to dunk on him, but Karowski said no to that and really stepped up for the Flyers there. Could have been a 2-0 game just like that.
That's right, Blake. As the kids say, he nearly caught a body, but he was able to keep it out. And Challenger, we'll look to see him be dominant in this series. He's a big power forward. His huge frame is not always consistent in this league. You see a lot of guys growing kind of inconsistently. Some people are shorter, some people are taller. And what does that kind of size difference help when you're an offensive forward like Challenger?
Well, it all comes at inconsistent times, like you were alluding to. Sometimes you grow into a body that you're not used to. Your entire life you were playing short. You have to kind of find a new play style. You have to be a power forward. You have to use your body a little bit more because when you're taller, you are going to be stronger than most guys on the ice. So if you really want to make an impact for your team, you got to use your body a little bit because that's like your goal is to win the game. And if you can help your team win in any way, that's what you got to do. So it all comes at different times, especially in these growing years in your teens. So for Challenger to use his body like that, but also use his skill, that's something that the Rangers are going to look to use exponentially in this series.
And we'll look to see how much of a factor he is in these 3+ games that we will be watching as the Flyers look to start the breakout in their own end. That is kept in by Ashcroft momentarily, although as the Flyers break it in. Shot onto Nolan. Rebound is stopped and blocked in front of the net, but the Flyers finally getting something started as they break back into the Rangers zone. It's dumped out all the way the length of the ice. We'll see if it's called for the ice. And it will be. It'll be sent down back to the Rangers zone, an offensive zone faceoff for the Flyers.
I mean, the Flyers, they really have to get a good shift on this one. Cycle the puck around, test Nolan to the best of their abilities, because right now, even though it's 1-0, the Rangers are really pumping up the fuels a little bit. It was only the last couple of shifts ago that Challenger could have made it 2-0. They got to stop the Rangers' pressure and not let this one get lost.
As this faceoff will do a big part in starting that. as Gilday tries to keep it in. He does. Nice little Ryan Ellis block against the boards. It'll be a whistle here. It's the ref deeming that it did go offside, and so it'll be a face-off just outside the zone.
Yeah, it's almost fitting. Ryan Ellis, last time he played in the NHL, was for the Philadelphia Flyers, but I guess his Don Mills equivalent really stepped up there. A huge hit there by Lobo. Wow. Cut me off entirely by the bench there. Wow.
Yeah, we've seen a couple big hits alongside the boards, and I don't think they're going to stop. These teams certainly have no lost love for each other as the Rangers break it in. Trying to reach for it was Challenger. Puck streaming out, traffic in front, but able to keep it out was KK as the Flyers dump it out of the zone. It'll be an icing. But yeah, like you mentioned, huge hit, kind of caught you off guard there, kind of caught both of us. And guys like Lobo, guys like Challenger, they're not afraid to lay the body, but on the other side, Roder, Yifan Huo, Trottier, they're not afraid either. So I can imagine the big bodies will be laying in this series.
Yeah, the Rangers, they got some big bodies in the team. The Flyers, they do too. They do throw the body around, but it's more the Flyers just have that tenacity and kind of toughness to them, so they can take the body, but they can also throw it. But at some point, the Rangers are just going to beat them with pure and brute strength if that's the angle they take in this series for physicality-wise. So it's up to the Flyers to say, hey, are we going to take it or not? Or are we going to up it up a little bit and maybe go a little bit harder on the physicality to match how strong they are?
Yeah, you always see it come up a bit more in playoffs as opposed to regular season. As Nowakowski has it behind the net, he loses it. It's Roder trying to attack. We saw him lay a big hit on Simon just earlier in the play. He looks to be tired, but he'll stay on. He gave a nice little stick tap to number 95, Warren. On the sideboards now, forechecking are the Flyers. They're unable to get it out. Balchi couldn't get a piece of that, and it's Cunha bringing it in. Cunha taking it wide. He dumps it in. He's battling against Brady Smith behind the net. Smith rips that one around. The Rangers can't get something started. Cunha trying to get in front. It trickles out to Goeli, but they get nothing going on that play. Bringing it into the zone now are the Rangers and Smith. Smith trying to get it over to Warren in front. Balchi in the corner. Balchi, he rips that one around, but a bad line change for the Rangers gets the Flyers out of that pickle.
Yeah, wait for Barfa to really get on the ice there quickly, maybe even a little promptly as that kind of impromptu line change happened. Barfa really stepped up there and made a good change to stop any transition play from the Flyers.
As the Flyers will look to get something started in transition here, it'll be an offside. They'll go for a change, a delayed offside rather, and they'll try to get a breakout started. The Rangers trying to get it deep into the zone. A chance here now, 2-on-1 for the Flyers. Goeli in front. Goeli turning around. Shot saved by Noling. Good for him to get the shot off, but Noling stands tall, makes the save for the first real grade A chance that the Flyers have seen this game.
Well, he really had some great skating work there. His edge work was phenomenal. Kind of did a spin move in the post like he was a basketball player and ripped it out of net, but not enough room to really get a good shot on Noling. But a great opportunity for the Flyers. They're really upping their intensity and pressure in this one, matching the Rangers as well.
Yeah, ever since letting in that early goal, they've matched the energy and the time on the attack that the Rangers have been able to execute in this game. So good for them for not putting their heads down as the shot from Nowakowski doesn't get through all the way. The Rangers will start back the other way. A chance now for the Rangers and chance for Tyler Challenger. He tries to get that one across over to Jalen Lobo, but no good. Shot from the point. He elects to pass instead, and it rips around the other side. Ashcroft with it, unable to get it deep into the zone, will be sent down the length of the ice once again. Another icing.
I mean, it's all a case to always ice the puck and give your goalie a break, especially if you're in a high danger situation. But it's only a matter of time where the Rangers win a faceoff and they get the cycle moving, they get the intensity up, they get the chemistry going, and then a goal comes and some good opportunities come on your goaltender. So you're kind of hurting your goalie in the long run if you continue to ice the puck down the ice.
Yeah, because unable to get anything started and unable to control the possession, like you said, and
just like that there again.
Spoke too soon. Yeah, they right away, there'll be another icing. It got sent down the length of the ice, and both teams will go for a line change.
Yeah, it was ripped down the ice, but it looks like the referees are going to put it at the offside circle there.
Yeah, it appears perhaps they spoke too soon and they'll just reset on the faceoff. But nonetheless, the Rangers with it now. Smith taking it in. He loses possession, and that will be called an icing. So just icing in this game so far.
Yeah, but not the good kind of icing, Sammy. I'm more looking for the cake icing if we're going to be talking about that.
You and your cakes and cupcakes, of course you had to mention it on broadcast. But you're right, a lot of icing so far in this game, and I'm sure the winners of this series would love to crush a big cake getting into the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to crush a big cake right now, too. It would be phenomenal. But there's a better game in front of us right now. There's nothing better than hockey. There's nothing better than hockey, especially playoff hockey. I was talking about it earlier. This is the best sport in the world. It's the best sport in Canada. It's the best sport in the United States. And these are the young kids who are going to lead the future for it.
Yeah, some of the best young players in North America and all around the globe come to play in the GTHLs. A shot from Huo doesn't get through. Rebound there, hits off Noling's blocker and gets sent in the corner. The Flyers unable to keep it in the zone. The Rangers with a chance now. On the fast break, a shot is stopped by Karwowski. He saves that one. Big hit on the sideboards. Cowan and, number 23, Decaro, kind of going for the sandwich effort there.
Yeah, they really crushed him, really made him an Oreo there. If you get what I'm talking about, they're the black and white.
Absolutely. The 2 black jerseys on the 1 black jersey made him an Oreo. Great pun from Blake. Made him an Alessandro Di Oreo, if you will, of the Von King. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Even though he's not playing, I mean, it could happen, though, because they wear black jerseys.
Absolutely. Has the chance here now for Lomardi, and he puts that one in. A fast break play. He scores. He makes it 2-0. An early lead here for the Rangers, and the Flyers are left scrambling.
It was hard for the cameraman to catch up on that one as Lomardi kind of broke through and got the through pass in front, and he just crafted himself a goal to get this a 2-0 lead now for the Rangers.
Yeah, it was a great pass from Jacob Bolchi to get that one across the through pass to get it over to Lomardi. Lomardi rips that one home. It was KK who had no chance to stop that one. The Flyers are going to look to regroup. Certainly not the start they wanted in this series.
Absolutely not. It's hard to really rebound after a 2-goal lead like this because, I mean, especially against a good team like the Rangers. If it was evenly matched, you can easily say you can get it back, but you were on paper outmatched to begin with, and when you play with nothing to lose, but now when you're already losing, it's hard to really bounce back and get some momentum from that.
But a chance here as Murata brings it in. Murata shot against Noling's pad is sent into the corner, still trying to get the offense started as the Rangers break it back out of their zone. It'll be a new line coming on for the Rangers. Lobos line that involves Tyler Challenger as well. We've already seen him make his mark on this game as it's sent back deep into the zone for the Rangers. Coming on is Hotley's a nice hit on the sideboards, but the Flyers retain possession. Challenger got a piece of that, but not before Nolan Long could dump that one into the corner. The puck is sent over to Challenger. Challenger, nice move to drive towards the net. Great save by KK to get across, but Tyler Challenger, little move here, little move there. How you doing? Almost gets the 3rd goal of the game for the Rangers.
Wow, what a phenomenal play there from Challenger. I don't know if he's playing hockey out there or he's playing Minecraft because he's crafted himself up some great opportunities, driving towards the nets with some nifty mitts. Wow, Tyler Challenger, how do you do?
Yeah, we talked about his huge frame and the way he uses his size to drive towards the net, but the hands on the kid as well. I mean, he made a couple defenders look like pylons out there, and no discredit to them, but Tyler Challenger is just that good as well. Have a face-off. It'll likely be another zone inside for the Flyers. Flyers head coach certainly not happy about that.
Yeah, talking about Challenger, seems like playoff Challenger seems to be an alter ego of himself. Wow, he's really surprised me so far. It's only a matter of time before he nets one in some twine.
Yeah, we'll see if he can do that later in this game. I mean, the way he's playing, it seems like just a matter of time. And his line mate, Jalen Lobo, we saw him rock that huge hit earlier. So that line definitely making their mark on the game. But for the Rangers, any line can do that, and that's what makes them so dangerous. It'll be Cameron Warren taking the face-off against the captain, Matthew Rotter. Warren wins it this time, but he wins it to the side. Simon regroups possession, and nearly a tip from Warren in front of the net, but nothing doing. Bonomo on the side. He's pinning up his man against the boards. Some pushing back and forth. Kiemelman is knocked off the puck, and we see a battle on the boards, and finally Kiemelman gets it. Kiemelman has Smith in front. Centering pass over to Smith. Shot saved by KK Kyle Karwowski. I don't know if that's his real nickname or we've just adopted that, but I kind of like it.
I mean, I like it too, Sammy. I think we could even go to KK27 a little bit, maybe a little bit close to AK47, but he is a phenomenal goaltender. He's really stepped up for his team in this one, especially when Brady Smith, another guy on the Rangers who is a scoring threat, ripped it out in front of the slot there, but easily nabbed by KK.
Yeah, KK keeping his team in this one as the Rangers look to get something started once again. At the point now with it. And a huge hit by Luca Bonomo on a player without the puck. That will certainly be called. It'll be an interference penalty, no doubt, for Luca Bonomo.
I mean, he looked around left to right, dumbfounded, but I mean, you better find it because that was clear interference there. Just kind of a brain-dead play in that situation. Not really the smartest play, especially from Bonomo, who's typically a very smart player and chooses his physicality wisely. But now it comes down to the Flyers to get a power play goal before this first period ends. It's a challenge for them.
Yeah, and it could be a challenge for them to get some momentum back in this game. I mean, 2 minutes left to go, just over in the period. A 2-minute power play could definitely swing things towards their way. As Balchi has it. Balchi throws that one over up the ice. It's Challenger attacking. Challenger, he couldn't get a hold of the puck. But some good pressure here from the Rangers. At the blue line now are the Rangers. Tyler Challenger curls, drags, shoots, scores! Tyler Challenger picks up the shorthanded goal. I think we spoke it into existence. We said it was all but a matter of time, and the time is now. He picks up the third goal for the Rangers.
Wow. Tyler Challenger's a really, really good player. He is phenomenal. He's shown some hands, he's shown some speed, and now he's shown off his shot. Wow, he ripped that. If he almost ripped the water bottle off Karowski's net again. What a shot behind that. The Rangers are buzzing.
Yeah, that poor water bottle has definitely been a factor in this game, has been set up and down by the Rangers offense. And now a minute and a half left to go in this power play. The Flyers definitely will be wanting to get something going, as right now they sit at 0-1 on their own power play. Got a shorthanded goal, definitely not the start they wanted on the special teams front, as the Flyers dump it back into the zone. Behind the net, Nolan comes out to play it. Long trying to keep it on the side of the boards. He does as they get it back down low. Long battling. It's thrown back up to the point. Shot from the point was fake. Gets it across. Long shoots that one off the post. Nolan out of his net, but the Rangers will dump that out of the zone. Probably the best chance of the game for the Flyers so far, but Nolan Long finds iron.
Yeah, Nolan also had to sprawl across the net there. Luckily, he didn't find any chance because he was a little bit out of position on that one. But, hey, that's something the Rangers will take in this one, but a good chance for the Flyers.
And a minute left to go in the first as Challenger gets that one out of the zone for the Rangers. Not much left time in this power play. Nievin can't get that one up the ice. A 3-on-2 forming. Challenger coming across, but it'll be called for offside. Nievin probably thanking his lucky stars as he got that turnover that started the full play.
Yeah, really close call there from the referee. It could have been either way, but a break that the Flyers will take graciously in this one as they try to end the period without giving up another goal and kind of regroup after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, and just seconds to go in this first period. The Flyers, if you are the head coach, what are you telling them in this little face-off that they'll have, that little timeout before the second begins?
I think you just tell them to keep trying, give it their all in the second period here. Look to try to win some shifts. One goal could start it all, and I think that's a good motivation, like a nice sentence you could say to motivate them. One goal can start it all if they want to come back in this game, but it is truly dependent on the second period for them to get back in this game.
And no too many men call there as an awkward change. We talked about one goal could do it all. And Oleg Nievin, he could be one of the guys who could get that started. He was battling against Brady Smith in the corner. Decaro comes in to help, and that will do it for the first period. It'll be an exciting second period. More to come. And here we go. The second period begins between the North York Rangers and the Don Mills Flyers. A little bit of a quasi-NHL matchup, if you will. And it was an offensive performance so far from the Rangers. They're already up 3-0 in this game at Westwood Arena. I'm Sammy Brzezowski, joined alongside Blake WB City Connect, Boy Scout Hanlon.
A lot of synonyms there that I don't know if I even get in some sort of stance, but hey, I'm sure you have your rationale behind it. But what the Don Mills Flyers rationale be going into this period should be quick early goal. That's all they need if they want to get it going. I did end off the period saying that one goal can change it all. It's got to come in like the early 5 minutes of this one if they want an early spark, an early momentum shift in this game, or else the Rangers are going to be thriving in this one. But it's got to come at the hands of their offense in this one.
Yeah, that's right. And Nolan Long will be out there for the Flyers, and he is definitely a guy who can kickstart the offense we've seen all season. He plays well with Cunha. And it looks like the Rangers will just be having a discussion. But finally, we will get back to the action in a moment. The faceoff will be undergoing here. It will be Challenger taking the faceoff, and it'll once again be Nolan Long. As a battle at center ice, it comes out to the Flyers. And this period is underway. Blake, you said the Flyers need a quick goal. If you were going to say there was one player on the roster that it could come from, who do you think it would be?
I think it's got to come at the captain, Matthew Rotter. Rotter, the captain's got to spark the team up and set the tone. It's got to come from Matthew.
As Challenger dropped that one back for DiBiase, but nothing going there as that shot was just wide. Challenger coming back for his forechecking defenseman. Nice positional play there as the Flyers lose it on the sideboards. The Rangers dump it back into the zone. Hotley's trying to find Challenger in front, but he elects to throw it over to Lobo instead. At the point now. Shot is blocked by Challenger and a bunch of Flyers. It doesn't get through nonetheless, and the Flyers try to get it out of the zone. They do. It goes over the hand of Matthew Burley. Coming out of the zone now is number 14, William Garrett. Garrett taking it in wide. Garrett, he goes offside and trying to pick it up and flick it to the ref, but he can't.
Yeah, it looks like he was kind of stopped there by a Flyers defenseman to flip it over to the puck. Maybe he doesn't want to get too crafty towards the goaltender's crease there. You never want any opportunity to throw the puck in front of the goalie after the whistle.
Yeah, but it was a nice opportunity for Garrett to cut towards the net there. We saw him use his speed to take it wide, holding X, or whatever the new button is in the new NHL. It was X for years, and they changed it on me. Still a little salty about that. But nonetheless, he took it wide and nearly had a chance, but it was good defending to force the offside by the Flyers. As a shot from the point here is stopped by Karowski into the corner, and it's coming around the other side. Nievin tips it past Simon and into the Rangers zone. Nievin forechecking, and he does get a piece of it on the sideboard. He battles against Simon. Nievin trying to throw it for the centering pass. It pops out to the point. Shot from the point is stopped by Noling. Rebound behind the net. Flyers getting some offense started here, but the net looks to be off. It should be a face-off inside the zone of the Rangers.
Yeah, I think a falling Rangers player there knocked over the puck. I think that might have been Brady Smith who got knocked down there and kind of ran right into the red post there. So, yeah, it will be a face-off in the zone. Nolan looks to stay strong in this one as he's been in the entire game.
Yeah, as Rotter will take the face-off, trying to finally put one back Nolan, but he can't win that. It goes back to Ashcroft. Ashcroft throws it around. It gets out of the zone, and it looks like there will be a player down for the Rangers, but no call there. As a play here starts the breakout for the Rangers and a delayed penalty. Now the second hit, and it'll be Matthew Rotter who will be heading to the box for the Flyers. Not the start they wanted to this period. And boy, when you see Noling out of the net, you really realize how tall that guy is.
Yeah, he is a towering figure out there for sure. I mean, I was a tall figure in my day, 6'3", but he's 6'3", but actually a very good goaltender. I was mediocre at best, but wow, he is a tall figure for sure. He's going to eventually grow into be a great goaltender. He's still young for his age, but nevertheless, it's now the Rangers to try to execute on the other end of Noling.
Yeah, and Blake always finding time to mention that he is indeed 6'3". as the Rangers have a chance to get their 4th goal of the game, and the Flyers without one of their best penalty killers in number 7, Matthew Rotter. Of course, he was assessed the 2-minute head contact penalty, as Challenger has it behind the net. Challenger circling around. He gets that one over to the side. In front of the net now, a chance for Warren, but Warren can't get a piece of that pass from Charlie Hotley's. Eshkawkogan at the point. Eshkawkogan with it. He throws that one behind. Cameron Warren with it now. Cameron Warren taking it behind the net. Warren, he has Challenger in front. He finds him, but Challenger can't get a piece of it in time. Challenger with it. Down low, drops it over to Eshkawkogan. Eshkawkogan slides that one through. A little bit of a dribbling pass. It hit off the stick of Charlie Hotley's, and it's sent out of the zone. The Rangers will keep most of this unit on the ice. As with it now is Tyler Challenger. Challenger, he takes it in himself at the red line, trying to throw it across over to Warren, and Warren will throw it back to Eshkawkogan as Hotley's takes it in. Pardon me, that's Cameron Warren with it now. Warren. He has Eshkawkogan. He instead throws it in front, tip, and scores! Another goal for Tyler Challenger off the shot from Cameron Warren. It's 4-0 Rangers, and they start the second just like how they played in the first.
Yeah, and it's coming at the hands of Tyler Challenger, the most impressive player so far, netting his 2nd of the game. Warren's great shot from the point really picked the stick of Challenger. Now it's 4-0 for the Rangers, and like I said, hey, if the Flyers want to get back in this, they got to get an early goal, but it was the Rangers who matched my challenge.
And the Flyers, nice pun there, Blake, the Flyers now making a change of their own. They'll call a timeout here as it'll be Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio coming in to replace Kyle Karwowski after Karwowski lets in that 4th goal. They'll look to jumpstart the defense and keep this one within reach. Definitely not the start to the series they've wanted so far or the start to the second period. As Blake, you mentioned, they needed a quick goal. They needed to get some offense going. And in a sense, they did the very opposite.
Yeah, they did the very opposite. They didn't generate. They've had a worse start to the second period than they did in the first period. But you know what? Changing the goalie and getting D'Annunzio in there, that might give a spark to the team. It's a wake-up call. That's always what it is. It's also giving some rest to Karwowski, but it's a wake-up call. It's like, hey, you guys didn't play in front of this goalie, so now I got to take him out. I took a chance for him to win the game. I took away his chance to win the game because you guys didn't play. So let's go out there. Let's get some goals. Let's get back in this game. Let's play some good hockey.
Yeah, certainly not the Flyers' best effort in front of KK. A lot of those shots he was just simply unable to stop. And Tyler Challenger just unstoppable so far in this game. 2 goals, will likely be looking for his 3rd. But the whole Rangers offense have just been clicking as Bonamo takes it back into the zone. He drops that one back for a D-to-D pass. They'll look to get something started once again as the puck just missed an outstretched Kiemelman. But that's called no ice as a fan drops the room key for the players there.
Oh, yeah, just dropping it in there. Maybe someone's got to go take a bathroom break real quick. Hopefully they're tending to the needs that they get.
Yeah, some astute analysis from Blake Hamlin.
I mean, I don't know what you want from me there. I don't know what you want because I don't know what the whole situation with the North York Rangers or Don Mills Flyers room key situation is. Maybe a parent has control of that, maybe the team manager, of course. So something could be happening, but unless we don't see some guys on the bench, maybe it was Gilday who just came back from the washroom just now as he spawned onto the bench there. We don't know. It's hard to analyze from the booth up here about stuff like that, but definitely speculation nonetheless.
Yeah, and we couldn't help but mention it, seeing it in our frame right in front of the lens, but nonetheless, still a lot of hockey to go. We got to dial in, not worry about the off-ice, and worry about the on-ice as the Rangers have a chance now, and it's Tyler Challenger once again, but he cut towards the front just too soon. It was Nolan Long intercepting. A chance for the Flyers to get something started as they carry it into the Rangers zone. Starting the rush are the Flyers. Gets back to Di Natale. Di Natale gets that one across the point. Back to Di Natale. Di Natale gets that one down low. With it now is the Flyers and Nolan Long. Pardon me, that was number 80, Charlie Murata. As it gets set down to the point. Di Natale with it at the blue line. Over to Murata. Di Natale across the point. At the top of the circle. Over to Di Natale. To Murata. Murata. Down low. in front. That pass doesn't get through in time, but it'll be a face-off inside the zone.
Yeah, looks like the net got dislodged there once more, and the referee is going to fix it up again. Kind of an unfortunate play for the Flyers as they were cycling the puck so well on that last play there, so we'll have to see what happens going forward for them.
And what did happen in the interim, we were unable to catch it on our camera, but we're just being informed that it was Julian Walters sent out for the boarding penalty. That's why the Rangers are a man short. As on the sideboards now with it are the Flyers, getting it back to the point. Making himself look big are the Flyers. Is carrying it at the blue line. DiNatale with it. DiNatale at the top of the circle. He drops that one down low for Murata. Back to DiNatale. DiNatale gets that one across. Shot there. That is just wide as DiNatale is unable to get the rebound. DiNatale trying to keep it in. Murata helps him out, but it gets sent out of the zone, but into the bench of the Flyers. So it'll be a face-off likely just outside the zone or in the zone of the Rangers, depending on who the referee says was the final perpetrator.
Yeah, watch out for flying pucks there for this coach of the Flyers there. He almost got a backhand to the schnoggin there, but a good dodge there, really kind of stepping back there and using his body to the best of his abilities to get away from the puck.
As a new unit out here for the Flyers, the captain, Matthew Rotter, will be out there with Nievin, with Carter Cowan. We've seen that a lot so far. We saw it a lot in their game against the Rebels. On the sideboards now, it's sent around, but it's kept in by Spadaccini. Momentarily, Warren gets a piece of it, but the Flyers keep it in, and it's sent out, a dribbling puck. I spoke far too soon, as it'll be dumped back into the zone by the Flyers and by Spielzik. They try to get that one on net, and it's Nievin with it now. Nievin over to Spielzik. Spielzik shot is stopped by Noling, tipped away over to Nievin. Nievin gets knocked off the puck. Lobo gets that one out of the zone. Spielzik will look to regroup in his own zone. It'll be back to even strength here for the Rangers. Back to 5-on-5 as Spielzik has it. He's battled by Lobo, and he backhands that one into the zone of the Rangers. The Flyers being pressured by the Rangers. They lose the possession right away as Spadaccini drops that one down low. Shot is saved by Noling. Spadaccini going for the rebound, but Noling makes himself look big, makes the save look easy.
Yeah, Noling has really been tested in the last couple of minutes here. He's been a phenomenal piece to the Rangers' defense in this one, especially on the penalty kill. On that, he has remained tall and strong. I mean, with a frame like that, it's kind of easy to make those stops. But nonetheless, he's getting tested by the Flyers in the middle of this second period.
Yeah, he's been doing a phenomenal job. And we talk a lot about the offense of the Rangers, but Blake, I don't think we've mentioned how solid the defense has been, how solid the final line of defense has been, and that has been Brady Noling.
Yeah, Noling has been the last option for them on defense, but it's been at the hands of guys like Bonomo, but Eshkawkogan, many other guys in the Rangers who have just prevented any pucks from getting close in front of Noling. But when Noling's needed to make the save, he has, and it's just shown that the Rangers aren't just all offense. They're a well-rounded team that is ready to make a long run in this playoffs.
Yeah, and they've been getting involved in the offense themselves. As the Flyers, they'll look to do so, still haven't really gotten those same grade A chances that the Rangers have just been piling on all night towards Kyle Karowski and now, of course, Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio. As the Flyers break into the Rangers zone, that puck is dumped in down low behind the Rangers net. Ashcroft getting a piece of it. He sends it over to Eshkawkogan. Eshkawkogan, he finds Hotleys. Hotleys trying to get that one across, but it just kind of rides the red line. Eshkawkogan can't get a piece of it at the blue line, so the Flyers break the other way. A chance here now for the Flyers. The puck is sent in front over to Nowakowski, but it doesn't get through in time. No shot off for Coulter. As the puck is sent behind the net of Noling, and the Rangers will start the breakout. The Rangers bringing it in. Barfoot, he's attacking. Barfoot can't get a piece of the puck. It'll be sent out of his own zone. A sketchy line change there for the Rangers with Bonomo. As Blake mentioned, he's getting involved in the offense. Bonomo has it. He elects to take it down low. Shot in front, getting it over to Barfoot. Barfoot didn't get a piece, but a dangerous play there. All started by Luca Bonomo. Luca Bonomo with it. Once again, he drops it over to William Garrett. Forechecking are the Don Mills Flyers, but they couldn't really get anything started. As Garrett breaking towards the net. Garrett's shot is stopped. Rebound, but it's recovered by Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio.
Yeah, Cruz D'Annunzio has really stepped up and come off the bench now, made a good save. William Garrett sprawling towards the net with some very frequent speed. Cruz D'Annunzio, it's kind of hard to come out of a game like that, especially when you're not the starter for the first playoff game of the season, to really get that right mindset. But flowers to him for getting into this one and playing well so far. As
William Garrett throws that one on net, it's tipped away by Cruz D'Annunzio. Cruz has already been cruising through his face-off that he's faced. You know, he's faced a couple big shots, but he's kept this a 4-0 game. Credit where credit is due to the Flyers goaltending tandem today. They are certainly not the problem.
No, not by any means necessary. It's all been the Rangers. Just like it's a skill difference in some sort of magnitude. They are a better team offensively, and goals are going to come and opportunities are going to come. It was like I said at the start of the game. The goalies are going to step up, and they're going to make saves when it matters most, but it's up to the guys in front of the goaltenders to make the right plays. You got to play better defense. You got to get the puck out of the zone. You got to make smart plays, but you also got to capitalize on your opportunities in the offensive zone.
And looking to capitalize on another opportunity are the Rangers. As Ashcroft throws that one around, that was DiBiase throwing it around behind the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. Hotleach dropping back, not joining the play, so instead throws it on net. Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio covers it just in time, and it'll be another face-off inside the zone of the Flyers.
Absolutely. Like, just straight peppering of shots on Cruz D'Annunzio, but he's been absolutely on fire in this short term in the last couple of minutes here. He has been good. Also checking his post there, making sure it's on straight, as I think the referee will give it a check here. But that's up to Cruz D'Annunzio if he wants to keep his team in this game, because, I mean, you're already down 4-0. You could take it as, I'm just scooping up garbage time now. But it could be, but I said it served as a wake-up call, and he's kind of playing that role right now. He's trying to wake up his team a little bit, making some good stops in between the pipes.
Looking to generate some offense as Smith has it. Smith backhand, throwing it over to Warren. That doesn't get through, but Warren retains it inside. Quickly, the Flyers get it out of their zone, but the Rangers will recuperate just in the neutral zone. As Kiemelman is battling with Warren. Finally, Kiemelman gets it into the zone. Kiemelman over to Smith. Smith, shot, scores! Pop the water bottle. Brady Smith makes it 5-0 for the Rangers.
Yeah, 5-0 indeed, Sammy. It's only a matter of time for Cruz D'Annunzio gets his actual first test in front all alone as Brady Smith rips it home. That water bottle has been through enough already. It's been through some stuff with Kowalski, but now Cruz D'Annunzio has the water bottle flipping to his backside there.
Yeah, definitely not what he wanted to face early in his recovery effort for Kyle Kowalski. And Blake, the Rangers, they're now up 5-0. They've been generating 90% of the offense in this game. Is it safe to say that the Flyers are Cruz D'Annunzio in this matchup?
Oh, I don't want to use Cruz D'Annunzio's name to give them the boot in this one, but unfortunately, yes, it is probably going to end up being a 1-0 series lead for the Rangers after this one. I mean, you can look for the Flyers. They kind of just got to look to win certain things in this game, like win faceoffs, win certain shifts, maybe get a goal out of it. But yeah, they will, by the end of the game here, the Rangers will be up 1-0, and you got to start thinking about next game for the Flyers.
Yeah, but as we know, playoffs, anything can happen. It ain't over till it's over, but it's certainly trending towards a North York Rangers victory, as Tyler Challenger on that play is called for a boarding. It'll be a power play for the Flyers, so maybe we spoke too soon. A chance here for the Flyers to get the energy started. It'll be Nolan Long taking the faceoff against Owen Barfoot. The Flyers looking to get an offensive force started for the first real time this game, but it won't be here as the Rangers send it out of the Flyers zone, power play zone, and onto the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. On the sideboards with it now are the Flyers. They're being battled, and Nolan Long unable to get a piece of it, but it's sent over to Marco Yifan Hua. Hua sending it over across to Long. Long drops that one down low, but not in time, as Di Natale will have to recover, facing off against a Ranger forechecker. Behind the net with it now are the Rangers, as they throw that one onto the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. Hits off of Barfoot in front, a little pushing and shoving there, and it'll be a shorthanded faceoff in the zone of the Flyers for the Rangers.
I think it kind of exemplifies that nothing has really been going well for the Flyers. They've maybe had like a handful of good shifts in this game so far, and they haven't really come out of the regular season with the amped up nature that most teams have going in the playoffs. So it might take another game for them to really get in the groove of the playoff atmosphere, but it's got to come ASAP for them if they want any chance at winning this series.
Yeah, they've definitely not been doing their name justice. They have not been flying. As Spielzik has it at the blue line, he throws it over to Trottier. Trottier drops that one down low. Pass back over to Trottier to Spielzik. Spielzik over to Trottier. Trottier shot stopped by Noling. Easy glove save for him. Face off inside.
Yeah, Noling has just been ever so solid in this one. He is cruising to an easy W in this one. We'll see if he can keep his perfection alive, but he just has to continue what he's doing there. He is looking phenomenal in between the pipes. I really admire his game.
And Rotter will look to win that one against Barfoot once again, but will be sent out of the zone along the length of the ice. Cruz D'Annunzio out to play. Kiemelman will be the sole forechecker for the Rangers as the Flyers get it back into the offensive zone. Sent around the length of the boards, but not out. A tip there, and it'll be Jacob Bolche breaking towards, but good defense by Nievin to get it over to Rotter. Taking it wide. Rotter in front. Tries to find Nievin, but it's sent out of the zone. Now a chance here for the Rangers. Breaking towards the net is Barfoot. Barfoot gets that one on net, but it's sent into the corner. A battle with just 9 seconds to go in the power play for the Flyers. The Flyers once again can't get anything started. Sent into the zone. Noling comes a bit out of his net to play it, and he tries to send that one down the length of the ice over to Tyler Challenger coming out of the net as the Flyers break it back in. The Flyers have it on the sideboard. Drop down to the point. Point shot there. Rebound in front. It just reaches Caden Kayat, but not in time. As Kayat is hitting Smith in front, and they have a little tussle here. Smith and Kayat getting after it, and then arm is up. We'll look to see what penalty is assessed. Cruz D'Annunzio out of his net. A little bit of a smorgasbord of roughing as we see the tension starting to flare. I'm sure the Flyers getting frustrated as Caden Kayat will be sent to the box.
Yeah, it looks like the 1960s and 1970s between the Broadway Blue Shirts and the Broad Street Bullies of the NHL era of that time, fighting out there on the ice there. Gives me a nice blast from the past there. But now it's up to the Rangers to get another goal here. But the Flyers, just even that power play just felt like they were shorthanded still.
Yeah, and the Rangers now a golden opportunity to broaden their lead in this game as the faceoff is won by Lomardi. It goes back to Ashcroft. Ashcroft gets that one across for Lobo. Ashcroft shot saved by Cruz D'Annunzio and sent behind the net of the Flyers. It's kept in by Ashcroft. Ashcroft gets that one to the side. He gets it over to Garrett. Garrett at the top of the circle. Garrett to Ashcroft. With it now is Garrett. Garrett to Bolche. Bolche over to Garrett. Ashcroft. Ashcroft's shot is stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio. Minute and a half to go in this power play. Already a howitzer from Ashcroft. And the Rangers, Blake, they just seem to get the shots off and get the opportunities created that the Flyers can't on the special teams front.
Yeah, I think they just don't wait for their opportunities. They just take them where they're presented to them. And the ones that are really tight in front, like the Brady Smith goals, the Tyler Challengers driving towards the net, those are ones that are just taken on their own. They let the opportunities they take advantage of their opportunities. They don't let them happen and take too long. They just capitalize on all of them, and that's why they are a better team in this one.
As looking to capitalize on the face-off now is Ashcroft. He sends it over to Garrett. Garrett trying to find Ashcroft, but he doesn't get him in time. It'll be sent back to Lobo. Lobo drops that one for Ashcroft. Ashcroft finding Bolche. Bolche taking it in wide. Bolche against the boards. He stops himself and battles in the corner now. Coming up with it is Ulysses Lomardi. Lomardi behind the net. Lomardi looking for an option. He cuts back. Trying to find Bolche in front. Little Brian Boyle X-pass, but it doesn't get through. Ashcroft with it now at the point. Ashcroft looking for his options. Surveilling. He throws it over to Bolche. Bolche shot stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio. And again, 45 seconds to go in this power play. And it's been all Rangers in the Flyers zone, something that the Flyers have not been able to replicate all game.
Yeah, it's been all Rangers in this one so far. They've really been range roving in this one. They've been really driving the course and really just been peppering the Flyers down low. They've stopped them from getting any opportunities in front.
As Challenger wins that faceoff back to Bonomo. Bonomo trying to get it in deep for Tyler Challenger. Challenger circling it back around for Bonomo. Bonomo to Eshkawkogan. Eshkawkogan. Kohyn Eshkawkogan scores! Kohyn Eshkawkogan. He rips that one from the point, makes it 6-0 Rangers. That one's Kohyn gone.
Kohyn gone. Beautiful call there from Sammy Brzezowski as Eshkawkogan, came off the bench and rifled that one immediately as there's some pushing and shoving there happening between Smith and number 14, Owen Spielczyk of the Flyers. It's getting a little chippy now. Even Brady Smith skated over there once again. They got to be a little bit careful. The Rangers have to be. They still got to play this team 2 more times before the series ends. They don't want to beat them down too easily, or else there'll be some injuries or fighting that occurs later in this series.
Yeah, and of course, nothing that you want to see, because we saw the physicality from the very first moment of this game, and the more these teams start to play each other, the more you kind of gain a little bit of a on-ice hatred for each other.
Oh, absolutely. It's anytime you play someone in a playoff series, you just don't like them. It's different from regular season. You have your rivals in the regular season, maybe guys you played in the past or built up through many other years of minor hockey, but once the playoff series starts, you have to test them. You don't want to see them get any sort of success, and you just grow to hate them like enemies.
Of course, and that is obviously extends to just on ice, as a lot of these players are friends off the ice and will likely be playing with each other in the future, as we've seen so many times for players coming out of this league, coming out of the GTHL, former rivals becoming best friends. As behind the net now with it are the Rangers. They'll likely dribble this one out the length of the second period, and that will do it for frame number 2, a period again where the Rangers controlled, and they'll look to keep doing so in the third. And we'll jump right in back to Westwood Arena. It's the third period of Game 1 of the quarterfinals between the North York Rangers and the Don Mills Flyers, a game in which it has been all North York and not a whole lot of Don Mills, as the Rangers currently lead 6-0. I'm Sammy Brzezowski, joined alongside Blake WB. I forget what I said earlier, but we all know it's Boy Scout Hanlon.
Yeah, I forget what you said too. Everything you say kind of goes out my ear and out the other one. You know, I just love the goal calling and your analysis on the game, but sometimes when you make all the comments about me, I don't know what I'm hearing or what I'm saying. But what I am seeing in this game is some ranging dominance. They are playing some phenomenal hockey so far, great team hockey with a great backstopped game from Brady Noling. The Flyers, on the other hand, I am quite disappointed. This is how they entered the playoffs in this fashion. It has been very lackluster, to say the least. They look beaten both mentally, physically, and spiritually as well. It doesn't look like they'll be able to maintain any sort of pressure going into this because they've just been beaten so bad. Once you go down 6-0 in the first game, you kind of go to the next couple of games not feeling any chance.
And down 6-0 in this game, and down to 4 men, as it's Coulter Nowakowski picking up the interference early in this period. So the Rangers have a chance to make it the extra point conversion, as Lobo sends that one in down low for his teammate, but it doesn't get through. Some pushing and shoving. We'll see the physicality ramp up certainly in this game as Bolchi has it. Bolchi cutting towards the net at the hash marks, trying to find a man in front, but he can't in time. At the sideboards with it now are the Flyers. They get it out of their zone. It's sent down the length of the ice. The Rangers will go take it the other way as Noling plays that one down long.
Yeah, he ripped that one. God, it looks like Ron Hextall behind the net there, or a Martin Brodeur type figure there with how good of a shot he has.
As a shot chance here now for the Rangers. It doesn't get through. Rebound in front by number 17, Ulysses Lomardi, is stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio. As taking it around the circle is Garrett. Garrett throws it over to Ashcroft. He has Bolchi in front, but he elects to throw it over to Lobo. Lobo shot. That's stopped in front. Cruz D'Annunzio getting his own rebound. It gets sent to the corner. Behind the net now with it are the Rangers, but they lose that to the Flyers. The Flyers get that dumped out of the zone. Nolan Long putting that one away as Gueli gets shoved by Lobo in front of the bench. No call there. Ashcroft bringing it in deep. Ashcroft trying to get that one down low, but it gets stopped and stuffed at the line by a dual effort of Gueli and Trottier. Kiemelman on the sideboards. He throws it over to Barfoot. Point to point, trying to get it over to Bonomo. Bonomo doesn't get in time, but eventually he hits a piece. He throws that one down low. Bonomo with it at the blue. Bonomo throws it over to Hotleys. Hotleys to Bonomo. Bonomo, one hand throws it on net. It doesn't get all the way through, but the Rangers retain possession. Down low with it. Hotleys' shot is saved and patted away by Cruz D'Annunzio. Another shot from the point is blocked by D'Annunzio. Might have to start calling him CD. He's racking up so many saves in this one. As on the sideboards now with it, Trottier and Gueli, once again, the dual effort, are trying to get it out of the zone. A chance here for the Rangers now. Shot is stopped by CD as he hits that one into the corner. Hotleys' shot is blocked in front by Di Natale. Di Natale really wearing the effects of that one, but putting his body on the line even in a 6-0 game, you've got to respect that. A chance near now for Hotleys. Hotleys throws that one on net. CD makes a save, and it's sent into the corner. Unable to get it out is Chris Gueli. Shot from him is wide. Bonomo can't get the stick on it. Finally sent out of the Flyers zone. They're back to even strength, but boy, what a power play that was from the Rangers.
Yeah, good power play, but it's Cruz D'Annunzio who's really been making some crucial stops late in this one. The Rangers are trying to add on to their lead in this later frame, but Cruz D'Annunzio has really stepped up.
Yeah, he's been making some crucial saves, if you will, as Lobo cuts towards the net, trying to drop that one down low. He does. He throws it over to Burley. Burley's shot is stopped in front. Challenger, big hit there as it's attempted to be sent out by the Flyers. With it now is Cunha. Cunha gets it down low. We're seeing some pushing and shoving on the side, and a collision there from Caden Kayat with number 12, Matthew Burley, and they are wrestling each other down low. Caden Kayat coming out of nowhere to come after Matthew Burley. Don't really know what he's doing there. And now he's throwing his gloves at the referee, and Matthew Burley, not the smartest play there from Caden Kayat, as he will certainly be sent out of the zone, and he has something to say for the whole Rangers bench, as does Brady Smith, pulled back by his coach. He doesn't want to see Brady Smith go down and get suspended as well in this series, as I'm sure Caden Kayat, he'll be sent off for the game. It'll be a game misconduct, and just a weird play there, a weird sequence.
I wish we had a camera on my face right now. I've never, ever seen anything like that at this level of hockey. The glove throw, though, first of all, the interference was one thing. Then fighting with the Rangers player, that happens. Obviously, the Burley came in, defended his guy there. He really stepped up, which is fine. I mean, it was Kayet who kind of started it. But then throwing the gloves over to Burley, but it hits the referee, and then skating by the bench saying either you're gone or you're dead with a hand motion, that is ridiculous. I think that is worthy of a suspension. Definitely, obviously, a game misconduct, but he might have just said goodbye to his season this year. What scout is going to look at that and think that that is a player they want? Because that is just a very gentleman-like play there from any player. If any player did that, that's just, wow. I am dumbfounded, Sammy.
Yeah, I'm sure Caden Kayat was frustrated, to say at the least, on that play. I mean, we saw the tensions rising, but it seemed even the Flyers didn't really know what was going on. We saw, I believe it was Spadaccini come in and kind of not really jump to defend Kayat. You know, we see a lot in these fights where you kind of just blindly defend your own team, but the Flyers kind of just let Kayat do whatever it was he was doing on that play. So really odd, to say the least, and I think the refs are just trying to figure out what the calls will be here, who will be sent off. I believe it will be Burley sent off for the Rangers, but likely for far less time than Caden Kayat. We'll see if another call-up is set to serve the Caden Kayat penalty. I don't know if it's going to be a 5 in a game or just a 2 in a game, as that is certainly something that is able to be called, as I think the Flyers are just discussing with the referees who's going to go and how many people they have to send out on the ice for the next shift.
Yeah, Burley might have gotten a game misconduct as well, just because he was the one who jumped on Kayet after the initial hit. So they might have gave him both the game, but after further review, I'm sure the referees will know as you see a call up there going over to the penalty box for the Flyers.
Yeah, that'll be Charlie Murata. We saw that white tape coming off his back now, so don't confuse him with Nolan Long, the official number 86 of the Don Mills Flyers, but it will be Charlie Murata covering the penalty there. And so I believe it will be a 5-on-4 power play once again for the North York Rangers. Really a weird start to this period and a long pause in play there, as we'll see if the physicality continues and more hits like that will come as the Flyers quickly get it out of their zone and dump it into the Rangers.
Yeah, I hope there isn't more of that to come, because there's no room in hockey for plays like that. It's just unsafe, it's unsportsmanlike, and it's just overall just not something that anyone wants to see out there. You pay to play this game. You have your parents to come out and watch you. It's very unfortunate that whole play ensued.
Especially in a league and a division and a matchup between two teams with so much talent. So we do know that it will be just a incidental for Burley and a 5-minute power play here for the Rangers. So that will likely go the length of any chance the Flyers have to come back in this game, as we now see Lomardi and the captain Matthew Rotter exchanging words, but Rotter doesn't seem to be buying into it.
Yeah, maybe Lomardi's just saying, like, is that your teammate who just did that? That's one of your guys. You're the captain of that team. You're supposed to be a leader in the dressing room. That's the guys you're leading out there. Kind of an embarrassing thing. Obviously, Rotter can't control everyone's actions, but it's definitely something that the captain will have to address in the locker room after the game.
As it'll be a face-off here between Nolan Long and Tyler Challenger. Challenger has been a massive success for the Rangers so far in this game, as it's down low, sent over to Smith. Smith, he gets the one-timer. It's sent onto the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. And the Flyers head coach seems to have some words for the referee on that play.
Yeah, I saw him putting up the number 5. I don't know if he was just throwing his hands up. I don't know what his complaint is. I saw the number 5. I don't know if he's complaining about the 5-minute penalty. I sure as hope he's not, because his player was definitely in the wrong, and the guilty verdict is definitely right. But it might have been something else. I could be wrong on that end, but
he could be under the impression that perhaps Matthew Burley was supposed to be sent for 5 minutes as well, but it seems like he's just not happy with the full result of this game, as a fan walks by the camera there. So aptly pointed out by Blake Hanlon. But Bonomo sent that one across the point, and he has it once again at the blue line. Bonomo, his shot in front, a rebound popping out to Garrett, as Garrett sends it over to Challenger. Challenger with it behind the net. Challenger falling, throwing it over to the circle. Warren got a piece of that. Bonomo with it. Bonomo shot in front over to Challenger. Challenger shoots, scores with the net off, but right away that is waved off by the ref. Tyler Challenger nearly picking up his 3rd goal of the game, but it won't count. There'll be another face-off inside the zone, as I'm sure it was Cruz D'Annunzio that knocked that net off its posts.
Well, I don't know if you can blame it all on D'Annunzio there. The post has kind of been loose the entire game thus far. Nolan had some problems with it earlier on in the game, and even Karowski had some problems with it at the start of the frame at the first period. So not entirely his fault there, but a break for Challenger to get his hat trick that was stopped by just 2x4, 3 pipes, you could say.
Yeah, it was a weird call, because you could argue that maybe he would have made that play anyway, as he cut across. Cruz D'Annunzio had to make himself look big. I'm sure Challenger doesn't really care, though, with the result that the full Rangers have gotten.
No, not at all. He doesn't care. I mean, they're up big right now. A hat trick would have been nice, would have looked nice in the playoff stats, but the goal is to win the chip, win the series, and that's all that's on his mindset.
As they certainly have this one in the bag, as Ashcroft sends that one down low. With it is Brady Smith down low. He sends it up top for Kohyn Eshkawkogan. He scored that beautiful point shot goal early in this game. Ashcroft bringing it in now. Ashcroft taking it across the blue. He throws that one behind the net over to Tyler Challenger. It gets across the length to Eshkawkogan. Eshkawkogan can't get that one in deep. And a one-on-one here for the Flyers. Kohyn trying to break it through, but Brady Smith getting a piece of it. The Rangers going for a change. Pardon me, that's Eshkawkogan bringing it in now. He drops that one down low for Ashcroft. Ashcroft putting it towards the net. Shot in front from Jacob Balchi is easily stopped by D'Annunzio, but a nice deflection play there as Balchi tries to get that one across, but the Flyers get a piece of it. Trottier dumps that one back into the zone of the Rangers. Just 2 minutes and 14 seconds and 14 seconds left to go in the Caden Kayat, whatever penalty you want to call it. Just
buffoonery.
Buffoonery is a great word for that, as Ashcroft has it as the top of the circle. Shot is blocked away by Cruz D'Annunzio. Eshkawkogan gets the rebound, and that's saved by CD as well. It's sent over to Hotleys. Back to Ashcroft. Ashcroft shot, saved by CD into the corner. A battle between Lobo and the defender, and it's sent back into the corner. Trying to play the puck was Murata, but he couldn't get a stick on it, so the Rangers retain possession. Lobo dropping that one for Ashcroft. Ashcroft has been on for quite some time.
Logging up some minutes out there, getting some extra cardio out there. You'll wait until this puck gets cleared out, and he has a safe time to change before he gets off the ice in this one. That's right now.
Well, he could easily ride the rest of the game the way he has been playing so far in this power play, as the puck is sent up the ice, nearly going into the Flyers bench. I think all of them thought that was coming in to their home base, as Jalen Lobo knocks it in the zone here. A 2-on-1 forming. Jalen Lobo trying to get it across for Balchi. He can't in time. Lomardi drops that one down low. Lomardi with it. He finds Jack Simon. Simon scored the first goal of this game. Currently stands with the game-winning goal as CD covers that one that was sent behind the net. The refs quickly in there to block any more fights from going on, any more extracurriculars from taking place late in this third period.
Yeah, great job by the referees. They don't need any more fighting and disciplinary actions from these young players on their belts. They'll have definitely some time to write up and think about what is the outcome for a lot of these players' actions in this one, especially at the hands of the Flyers.
Yeah, and especially at number 88 or 80 or whatever you want to call him as the call-up, Caden Kayat, as the puck is sent out of the zone and into the Rangers. Nolan Long pushing Jack Simon there. Nievin can't get a piece of it, and time is dwindling down here. Just 10 seconds to go in this game, and that will do it. The refs will call that one. Game 1 goes to the North York Rangers. We'll talk about it more in the booth. A shellacking, to say the least. They take Game 1 and the series 1-0 in a 6-0 victory against the Don Mills Flyers. Now, Simon, I'm not going to waste any time. We all saw that game. We all saw what a dominating performance it was from the North York Rangers, and it came down to 3 main guys.
Yeah, Tyler Challenger gets my first star of the game. He was lights out in this game. 2 goals, scoring a third of this team's goals and assisting on another. He just had a fantastic game on both ends of the ice, really shut down the Don Mills Flyers in his own defensive zone and really put the pressure on, and was able to set up himself and his teammates when he was in the offensive zone. So Tyler Challenger, you get my first star of the game. My second star of the game will go to the goaltender, Brady Nowling, who got the shutout in this one. Although there weren't a lot of high danger scoring chances against him, I think, it can't go overlooked just how sharp he was when he needed to be, and he came away with the shutout. My third star of the game, I'm going with Jacob Balchi, who had 2 assists in this one. Again, was able to set up his teammates, a very good complimentary piece to a lot of the star players on this Rangers team. So a shout out to him as he gets my third star of the game.
Yeah, and I don't think this was super characteristic of what this series might be. The Don Mills Flyers just didn't put their best effort forward.
Yes, 100%. I mean, this Don Mills Flyers is a good team, and like we said, they're a good defensive team, so I doubt that they're going to have a defensive effort like they did today. Stranger things have happened, though. I mean, this Rangers team is also incredible. I mean, look what they just did to the Flyers, right? So, like we said, it's tough to, you can't tell the future ever, but it's hard to believe that the Flyers are going to put up this lack of effort in these next few games.
Well, I think I'm getting a vision of the future now, and that is that we will be back for Game 2 between the Don Mills Flyers and the North York Rangers. Nice move there from the Oreo. Kodrak shoots, scores!